He's supposed to be a president of the United States. He's not supposed to be rewarded.
No, I meant, do you think the black man's going to be rewarded if he shows bravery?
No. When the black man get back here, he's going to be just like he was before he left.
How do
You see in the papers where the black man have a white man over his shoulder and saving him and everything else. When that black man come back here, he can't take that same white man over his shoulder.
How do you think things are going to change? Are they ever going to change?
No.
No?
We gonna change it.
Well, why weren't you marching today then? Can you tell us that?
I'm
you
going.
To march?
Oh, believe me.
You're going to join in the march.
I'm going to march. Because I might not live to see it, but my children will live to see it. I'm not going to let that. You and everybody else took everything away from us. And we're going to get it back. Believe me when we say it. We're going to get it back.
And you think this march will help you to get back?
It's a piece. It's a step forward. You know, you got the 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. You can't just...
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Dewalga Bar. What we're watching right now, the video I'm presenting is a video about Vietnam, about black people being drafted and going into Vietnam, and the response and the fight back from the black community. And a video like this is so beautiful. And I'm going to talk about the 3 brothers and sisters that got killed in Iraq. But a video like this and footage like this is so beautiful because you can see you go into the mind of our people. You can go into our struggle and you can see how were we thinking back then. And you see a lot of brothers and sisters that were against brothers going into the military, going and fighting against a people that have never done anything to them. Now, this is excerpts from a documentary called The Vietnamese Never Called Me a Nigger. Okay.
Bottom to the top.
What do you think about this question of patriotism? That you should be patriotic and send your kids to fight over in Vietnam?
No. For what?
If you can hear me, for the people that's watching, if you could, just give me a 1 in the comments real quick.
Why should we keep them fight for you? You all got the best parks, the best house, the best of everything.
Now, this sister is talking about why should we be out there fighting for you when you have the best of everything and we got to live in the ghetto. Okay, this is what she's explaining to the reporter. Like, we going out there and fighting this war in Vietnam, everything. You live in the nice neighborhoods, the nice parks, and we live with roaches and rats.
When we get it, we have to stop and pay all of our salary for rents. To halfway get a decent place to live. I got a house there that's full of so much rats, it ain't even funny.
Man,
and I'm working every day. And I'm working for the state. For the United States government that don't even give me nothing. And I got to pay all that rent for rats to come eat the rat food. I put the rat food out there, and when I wake up in the morning, the rat food is gone. I don't know where the rats went. Maybe they live better than I do, but the rat food is gone.
You're going to be marching today, sir.
Oh, no. You tell that white man to clean that house.
You're going to march?
Tell that white man to fix them holes.
I had about 60 days left, 64, 65 days left to do in the Nam, down south. And I was singing a song that I had made up from, another tune. And it was, soon I'll be going back to where the rats and the roaches roam. And this guy who was next to me said to me, what do you mean? You got rats in your house? So I turned to him, and he was a hunk. I turned to him and I said, yeah, I got rats and roaches in my house. Don't you have any in yours? And he said to me, no. He said he'd never seen a rat. And it started me thinking, because soon I would be going back home and he would be going back home. I would be going back to the rats and the roaches because I knew they were there. And if you come home right now, you can hear them. If you're eating in my kitchen, you'll hear them talking. And, and he would be going back to his nice California pad. And for me, the problem would begin again. And for him, there would be no problem.
What do you think of the demonstration? What do you think of the demonstration?
I'm going to tell you, I got a son, and I swear I don't want him to go over there.
You don't want him there now?
No, and I feel like the rest of the mother feel. They don't want their child to go over in Vietnam. And I really don't want mine to go.
So, like I said, this is the mind. This is beautiful because it shows you that black people wasn't down with their sons and their daughters getting into the military. Well, at this time, just the men, but getting into the military, going and fighting another people. Like we never had no business going and fighting another race of people that ain't never did anything to us. And meanwhile, these brothers and sisters expressing that when they come back home, they can't get jobs. They was treated with racism. They couldn't, they had to go through so many hardships. They talked about their living conditions, living with rats and roaches. And I mean, if you really think about it, like no other people have been through that. And we're so meek as a people. We're so forgiving, and we feel as though, if we do this thing, this great service to our country, then they will reward us. And so all you have to do is look at how they treat their own veterans, how they, have them out and homeless, and they, have no honor. You know what I mean? So why would they even extend or treat us any better? But just the idea that why are we going somewhere to another people, getting in the military and going somewhere else to fight another people and trying to help our oppressor fix a problem in another country when they're not even fixing their own backyard. They're not even dealing with the problems that happen right here in America. And that extends to today is what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna get to this story with these three brothers and sisters that, were killed by a drone attack in Iraq. And so I'm gonna read the article. 3 U.S. soldiers killed in a drone attack on a U.S. military outpost in Jordan were identified Monday as Sergeant William Rivers, 46, of Carlton, Georgia, Specialist Kennedy Sanders, 24, of Waycross, Georgia, and Specialist Brianna Moffett, 23, of Savannah, Georgia. Now, these brothers and sisters were out of Georgia, and I mean, Georgia has historically has had a lot of racism towards black people, and this brother and these sisters should not have even been out there fighting in Iraq. But we have been taught, or should I say, we have been persuaded. We've been persuaded through, when I was growing up, they had the GI Bill. They had the thing where they say you can go to college. And in the black community, black and Hispanic community, coming from a poor living condition, you want to make something out of yourself, right? You want to succeed in life, and you look around your surroundings, and you think about, how am I going to make it? I want to succeed in life. And they ran campaign after campaign on television about joining the army, joining the military, doing a service for your country. And black people historically have never actually been patriotic. A lot of black people just joined the military in order to get an education and in order to make something of themselves. Well, I say that you can make something out of yourselves by going the other route, by finding a trade. But it's a shame that in this country that is the only route, and that was the only thing that was advertised to poor people in America, was to join the military. Join the military and make something out of yourself. And I know a lot of people in the military will probably disagree with me, but hey, I have family that's in the military. My uncle's in the military, cousins, got friends that's active right now. I will tell them the same thing. We don't have no business fighting in our oppressors' military when they don't even fight for us. You can't even get equal rights. I brought out the story not too long ago with Navy Federal Credit Union, where black people was discriminated against. Now, these are black people that have perfect credit, never been in trouble, meet all the qualifications, have, thousands of dollars in savings, meet all the qualifications, and were still discriminated against. And they fought for their country. They served for their country honorably, and still was discriminated against. So serving your country and being patriotic, that doesn't help anything. Now, in ancient times, when it came to ancient Rome, right? Ancient Rome was a place where citizenship was a big thing. And you could earn your citizenship by serving in the Roman military. you do some good service in the Roman military, you can earn your citizenship, therefore earning certain rights that other people didn't have. And I think that's the idea also. Like when we join the military, we feel as though, we are doing a service to our to the country, and they're going to recognize that. They're going to see that. Well, that was not the case. You hear it from brothers. There's plenty of videos. There's some videos I want to go into later at a different time. I'm short on time right now, but there's some videos I want to go into where you got Vietnam veterans or during the time of Vietnam telling you that it's racism, how they were treating them, you know, any way they could treat them, they were trying to treat them that way, which is, you can't say, like I brought out before, like racism is different. So they say, this is the rules. You can't have an afro. You got to cut your hair. You got to cut your hair high and tight. And knowing that wearing an afro is black people's culture. So in different ways, they would, try to get at the brothers when they was over there in Vietnam. So it's just so many ways, so many things that have happened with us joining the military. And I mean, should I mention all of the brothers and sisters that have came up unalived in the military? The sister Lavina, let me pull that up. I'm sure a lot of brothers and sisters are familiar with this sister's story. A lot of brothers and sisters have come up dead in the military, right here in America, at these forts, you know what I mean? These bases. And nobody knows what happened, but it's definitely foul play. So we have gotten a bad rap when being a part of the military when it comes to black people. Now, I know you can pull some success stories. You can talk about what is his name? He was a Secretary of Defense. Powell, that was his name, Powell. I know there's a lot of success stories. There's success stories in everything. Like you can pull success stories in entertainment, in all areas of government. There is a success story, but that's the exception to the rule. The same as with the military. There's a success stories, but overall the treatment. Also, I forgot that part. When it came to the Vietnam, they would have black men do walk point, where you put you out in front, and you would be the front line. And the majority of the casualties were black people in the Vietnam War. And so we're dying. We're going over there thinking we're doing a service, and we're becoming a man, and we're fighting for our country. But then you come home and you get treated like a dog. Then you come home and you get treated less than a man. You come home and you call boy. You know what I mean? What was I don't know the brother name. This was very recent. He had on his whole uniform. He got pulled over by law enforcement, and they treated him like he was nobody. They sprayed mace all on his face, dragged him out the car, and just humiliated the brother. And in my opinion, somebody that would be in the military should be recognized as more important than somebody that's law enforcement here on American soil. But that's not the case. When you black, you just, it is what it is. Your uniform, your stripes, your accolades, they really don't mean anything. But these brothers and sisters, they shouldn't have been out there. They shouldn't have been out there in Iraq. And of course, they felt like they was doing the right thing, trying to prepare themselves for a better future. I mean, I was going to go to the military, but I had cases. I couldn't go. I passed all the tests, but because I had some pending cases, I couldn't go. And that probably was I ain't going to say that probably, that was a blessing, that I didn't end up in the military. But that's the thing that you look to when you're coming out of the ghetto and you coming out of the hood and you're looking at what can I do with my life? I don't have a lot of options. And the main option that is sold to you is join the military, get the money for college, get a skill set, and have a great future. And they particularly aim this at, minorities that come from poorer communities. And so that's how we end up in there. And we fought in every battle in America. We won many battles for America as Black people. And I'm talking about with special units and, just exceptional brothers and sisters that just outperform and just showed their skill set and won the battle for America. We fought in every major battle, but yet we get treated like dogs. And so I'm gonna end this live now. I want to go more into it because there's a couple of videos. I got some old footage that really is telling it. And this is the own words of the people who were actually there, uh, in the 60s in Vietnam, actually in the military, and can tell you themselves how they were treated and how they responded to it. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about this video. Give me your thoughts and your opinions. I'm gonna try to go live more. I got a class to do. I'll be on Hollywood Israelites. I got a class. I'm gonna go over this topic among other things and just break it down why we should not be in the military. That should not be an option for us because we are literally going to fight another people for our oppressor, for the people who have oppressed us and still do it to this day. So yeah, I'm up out of here, y'all. This is Black Authentic Truth. Peace.